Welcome to Daily Focus, and certainly it's a little bit earlier than normal, but we have a full morning here at Faith Baptist Church. We have a pastor's appreciation breakfast for our school and some other things going on, so I thought I better get to it now. I might not be able to get to it, and I still haven't figured out how to program the videos, and so we will get to that piece at some point and figure it out, Lord willing. But Daniel chapter 6, very, very familiar passage of scripture. There's certain stories in the Bible that maybe are more familiar than others. If somebody doesn't know anything else about the Bible, they typically know about David and Goliath, and they know about Daniel and the lion's den. And and so I want to look at the first 5 verses and look at the testimony of Daniel. As the Medes and Persians have come over, they've become the superpower. They have conquered the Babylonian Empire. They have become the world leaders at this time. King Darius is now the monarch in charge of all of the empire. And verse number 1 says, "It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princesses, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these three presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage." This is a very interesting thought to me, because the Medes and the Persians come in, the Medo-Persian army, and conquer the Babylonian Empire. It is not common for you to keep the leaders that were under the previous regime. I mean, even head coaches come in and clean the slate and bring in all their own assistant coaches, and many times corporate CEOs come in and fire everybody under them, bring in their own staff behind them, and that is just really a normal thing. You would think in this context of dictatorship or absolute rule that they wouldn't keep anybody from the former regime. But somehow it pleased Darius to have a leadership structure of which 3 presidents would oversee the kingdom, and the one who would oversee those 3 was Daniel. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. What an amazing testimony. In other words, there is something about this guy's spirit. There is something about his demeanor. There is something about the way he carries himself. There is something about the way he treats people. There is something about the way he makes decisions. There is something about this guy that stands out above everybody else. And King Darius noticed it, and he had a mind to put Daniel in charge of everybody. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault, for as much as he was faithful, neither was there any errors or faults found in him. It is interesting that many times when people cannot stand a strong leader, certainly someone that leads with truth and integrity, that they'll do anything that they can to possibly destroy them. And that is exactly what is going on here with Daniel. Is they just don't want Daniel to lead with his integrity. They do not want him leading in truth. They do not want him promoting his God. And so they are going to destroy him. They are going to find something of which to discredit him. And they can't find anything. There's nothing in him that they can find fault or error of any sort. Then said these men, "We shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God." In other words, what we do know is he's going to be a man of principle. And so if we're going to find fault, it's going to have to be in this area, because that's one area he's not going to bend. That's one area he's not going to change. He is going to stay true to his God. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. We are going to get into that tomorrow. But what a wonderful thing to just be able to talk about with Daniel was his character, was his integrity, was his purity, was his testimony before Darius, what his testimony was before these other presidents and leaders, what his testimony was before the people. Let me ask you, what is your testimony? What do the people at your office say about you? What is the things that your neighbors say about you? What is it that you're known for in your family? Are you a person of integrity? Are you a person of principle? Are you a person who stands firm? Or are you someone that's a chameleon? You can kind of fit into any crowd, whether they're spiritually mature or extremely carnal. You can kind of fit in and play the part and not really stand out. Or are you the type of person that they go, you know what? I may not agree with all of his principles, but I do respect the fact that he is a man of principle. He is a lady of, or she is a lady of principle. Whatever the case may be, is that your testimony? I think that as we approach today, we should take a little bit of time and do a little inventory and evaluation and say, you know what? What is my testimony? What is my reputation? What am I known for? Am I a critical spirit? Am I a complaining spirit? Am I the person that's constantly judging everyone else's motives, judging everyone else's decisions, trying to exalt myself and try to bring them in line to me? Or am I the type of person that is gracious, patient, consistent, that is exemplifying a spirit of long suffering, a spirit of humility? Or am I the one that's constantly stirring the pot, creating problem as I compare, and all of the nonsense that comes with comparing ourselves among ourselves? God still says this is not wise. And so let's think about Daniel. Let's ask the Lord to help us be like him and have a testimony like him, both in our public world and in our private sphere of influence. God bless you. Hope you have a great day. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.